What's going on, guys? It's Sam again, back for my Monday trade recap. It was the quickest trade I've possibly taken in the last month or so. It was a 2-minute trade on Meta, where we bought in 20 contracts for calls. So if we look here, 20 contracts. So the limit order was set for $210, but I got filled at 207. So if we do the 207 at 20 contracts, it's 4140, $4,140 we got filled. We ended up selling. We profited 1,300. So then if you do the 1,300 divided by 4140, we're looking at a profit of 31%. All right. That's an amazing day. That is exactly why I sold within 2 minutes of having the order, just because I was up percentage wise. Again, my goal is normally anywhere from 2.5 to 5%. Anything above that, it's more than enough for me. Even a 10% trade against 7%, anything is more than enough. So the 30% to start off the week is really, really strong momentum. Again, if you look right here, we have in the $1,300. Um, so let's get into it. I'll show you. So it was quite crazy if you look at it. So I got in around here at the 942 candle. I got out literally at 944 candle at the top of this candle here. So looking back at it, I've been speaking about Meta since last week. It didn't move how I thought it would move, but I did see that break of level, but then immediate recovery of this 570 level. So it did break in the opening bell. So the first 5 minutes, we did see a really strong candle down, but then it quickly recovered. So my mindset going into it was after that recovery, I want to see a slight little gap fill just because this gap was right here. I wanted to touch this range before I wanted to enter. The rest of the market was going up, so just keep that in perspective. I was looking at, again, I have a monitor set up right over here on this side. So I was keeping my eye on SPY and QQQ. So with everything trending up, even Tesla had a monster day, and I wish I got into that one. Speak about that in a second. But being that everything was going up, I anticipated this going up as well as we see on the. We'll go back out to the 5 minute. So if we look here on the 5 minute, um, we were getting some oversold. We were approaching. We were in the oversold level at that. So I was expecting a recovery of the of the day lows or the morning lows, I guess we could say. So begin to see that bounce. The market, so SPY and QQQ began to kind of idle. Tesla was still moving like a rocket. It was insane. But being that SPY and QQQ were kind of idling, I was expecting a pullback. So with that pullback coming near, I did want to get out. And if I would have held here, probably had like about 40, 50%. Again, we cannot think like that because if you look now, so pretty much right as it hit the 575 level, what happened? We got rejected by the SMA and we had a tremendous sell off right here. So again, you got to know when to take profits. Don't hold everything. When you see people holding trades, like let's say they bought in 20 contracts, they'll normally keep about 2 contracts as a runner, but they'll sell majority of the position. I just want to get out the position just because that's my best practice. I don't like having runners because, to be quite honest, a runner it can't necessarily take away the entire trade. So you can't necessarily always lose the entire profit, but I like to keep what I have. Again, 30% is more than enough for me. So with that being said, I just sold the entire position right here. Again, saw a quick little push up, but immediate rejection pretty much since 10 o'clock on. So I feel like I got out at a great level. If we look at Tesla, this is why I said Tesla was a banger. So I'm gonna zoom in because I was about to enter Tesla. So right here, I saw the break. It looks kind of funky. I saw the break of pattern right here on Tesla. So I wanted to fill. I guess we'll do it on the 1 minute. So right here, it's kind of far out. I don't want to zoom in too much. I don't want to change the aspects of the chart. But that breakout, again, it had a slight gap. I was expecting it to fill. So right here, the wicks touched it. And then once I saw that first green candle, I actually did place an order. limit order. So I try to get 20 contracts again for $200 each. It was about $202 per contract. But this quick move up, my limit order was not filled, so I didn't want to chase it. I didn't feel like chasing it would be smart again, because if we look back at the previous levels, we were already beginning to approach that resistance. So I didn't want to chase it, being that we were already oversold. I didn't want to chase and then immediately get rejected and had to get stopped out. So I just didn't even bat an eye. I went right into SPY and looking more at Meta. Meta wasn't moving as aggressively in the morning, so I figured they would trail behind. But looking at it right up to this candle, so in theory, that would have been, let's say my order got filled right where I placed it. So I placed it at 9:30. If I would have held until 10 o'clock where I saw the $200 contracts were right here at $800. So that was a 400% day move right here alone, which is insane because we ended up approaching the 410 level. I think, no, I think 410 is probably where it was about 400% up. I think it was 8 or 900 contract right here at this level, which would have been a banger day, but can't think like that only because, again, I am content with my 30% profit day. Um, did find that had to retest a little bit. It looks like the SMA right here. So these are things to look at going into tomorrow's session. I'm not going to trade the rest of the day. Even SPY, look at SPY. So that's what I was saying. SPY was begin idling around that area. So if you look at SPY, the 940, I got in what time I say 942. SPY was already selling off and then touched that resistance, didn't break the resistance, broke it for a brief moment on the 1 minute, and then had an aggressive sell off as well. So, again, that is why I was more reluctant with Meta on holding it, just because everything was approaching these overbought levels. Them, QQQ as well, along with Tesla. So, I didn't want to hold Meta, and I'm glad I didn't, because as we just saw, Meta had an aggressive sell-off. So I'm not gonna have really too much analysis going on, just because it's not even 12 o'clock my time. So I don't even want to try to speculate and see what's gonna happen for tomorrow. I really want the session to end today, see how the aftermarket moves, and then try to get an analysis going. So again, this was just a quick recap on Meta. Again, super happy that we were able to pull $1,300 profit today. Again, it's quick scalp. You do not have to hold everything. You see traders holding for hours, 30 minutes. If you see your profit and in the back of your mind, again, the psychology behind it. If you hit your profit levels, do not be greedy. Again, also do not chase. So do not chase a stock for fear of missing out. FOMO. This would have been lucky, but again, lucky. So if I would have chased this one, I would have definitely had a great day. But I did not want to chase, being that we were already approaching overbought levels, and we were pretty much in overbought levels since this breakout. So there's just too much risk. If you look at the rest of the stocks on my watch list, not too many are in the green right now. SQQQ is an inverse of QQQ, so they go up when the market goes down. Apple, great day. Also had a banger of a morning. That's what I was explaining. But again, still in the overbought levels on the 1 minute. I think even the 5 minute. Let's take a look. Yeah, look, even in the 5 minute, had a crazy morning. Super overbought. When you see the red on the RSI, that's indicating overbought. So you always want to wait to see if there's going to be a continuation or if we're going to have a pullback. When you see the overbought levels, you want to anticipate some sort of pullback. Doesn't mean it has to retest the level all the way down here, but again, expect a pullback. So, yeah, that's all I got. Again, really happy with today. If you enjoy the content, again, I'm going to keep pushing it out. So just drop a thumbs up, give me a comment, anything I could do better, something you want to see, something I could add to the watch list, even suggestions on future trades for the upcoming week. And I'll be back with you guys soon for another recap.